Hello, good afternoon and welcome to PGTV. Today we're out fishing for sea trout, bass and mullet, and we're going to try and target them with the fly rod and the spinner today. And we might have a go trotting some bread, see if we can catch some mullet as well. It'll be lovely. It's a lovely day. We've got a spring tide, we've got the flood in the next 2 or 3 hours, so sea trout will be coming through the harbour. Hopefully we'll be able to see some nice mullets as well, maybe target those, but we're after the bass and the sea trout and the mullet today. Okay, let's give it a go and work our way down to the Christchurch harbour. I'm using my weight forward 5/6 loop rod. It's a lovely little delicate rod. I've got on that a small white bait fly, so it's got a flash of silver in there and that should work nicely. And we're fishing probably about a leader of about, I don't know, 8 or 9 feet with an intermediate line, and we'll give that a go with the fly rod and see how we get on. Let's show you how the fly works in the water. So that's the look. That sinks nicely. Don't know if you're getting that image, but that's the fly in the water. There we go. Some line out on the fly rod. So what we're going to do is we're going to just drift fish through here, present the fly, let the intermediate line just sink down. Say it's flooding in at the moment, so hopefully see if we can get a fish to nail this fly as we're working it back, stripping it back. So let's have a look and see. Yeah, that's working just fine. And if we need more weight on it, we can always shot it out. So out we go. Out she goes. That's it. Give it a few seconds to get down. So it's quite deep. And we'll see if we can get down. Carry on drifting through. And then just straighten her up. So it's the wind taking us down against a flooding current, and then we can just work that back like that. Strip back and strip back, stripping back, and then let's have a look and see. Yeah, oh, that looks just fine. And away we go again. That's quite good fun fishing with the fly rod off the kayak, and we'll see how we get on. Nice fish, Peter. Is it a sea trout? Any good size? Okay. I thought there'd be 1 or 2 around here. Did you try that small mepps or? Yeah, they are very good baits. They're very good mepps. Those small little 2s.
Not running around, just going deep.
Sitting low, yeah. Nice bit of sport though, isn't it? Nice bit of sport. Well, he's putting up a good account for himself for a small fish. So did you put a little bit of weight on there as well, or have you got just to get it down? That's that swan shot, that's the way, yeah. Yeah. That might be bigger than what you think. Certainly fighting well. He's taking a bit of line, isn't he? Is it a mullet? Do you know what? I thought that was a mullet by the way it was fighting. It's probably a thin-lipped in about the 2-pound class. That's what I had the other day. I mean, 2 days ago I had the same kind of bite, Normally a sea trout flies out of the water. That was just,
Yeah, it certainly would have gone.
yeah. That's why I had a feeling it might be a mullet. Still a nice fish. Get some nice pictures of it. Very nice. They fight. Yeah, those small mepps will take one out, you see. It's a good sized mullet. You've got to be pleased with that. We'll take some photography on that one, I think.
That on the match rod would be lovely.
Yeah. I'll scale down, Peter, on the next thing.
That's actually why it's a mullet. Sea trout would be given up by now.
Yeah.
It's been over there by now.
Those mullet are turbocharged, there's no doubt about it.
I still think they're the best of all.
They're like bonefish in my book.
Yeah, well, they call them the British bonefish.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, when you see purists with their brown trout and their fiddle-arsey little flies, why don't you try and catch a decent fish? Come and catch a mullet, and then you might change your ideas.
They're good sporting fish, actually.
Oh, I think they're wonderful.
Yeah. A lot of people underestimate the quality of these mullet in here.
Yeah.
They do fight well. Can you imagine if you got hold of a 10-pound mullet?
Yeah.
But that's getting on for £3, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. A nice fish, he's not ready.
I could do an underwater shot if you want. I've got an underwater camera on that. It's a thin-lipped. I think it's a thin-lipped. There you go. See, those little mepps, they give you this sport as well. Not only do they get you the sea trout, the smaller mepps will give you the mullet as well.
Yeah, it will. That's the great thing. I used to fish here 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Stand pit. I used to fish here with a little tiny dropping, far smaller rod than this, and just tipped with harbour rag. That's what we used to do, just over there.
Yeah, yeah.
You get some wonderful.
Deadly, deadly.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lovely fish anyway.
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah.
Did you bring a camera or do you want me to take a picture for you?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah.
Because what I've got is my video camera.
I've got the phone, but
Yeah, I can take it on your phone if you like, or
yeah, I'll give it a phone.
yeah. But
Give it in the water a minute.
yeah, give me a chance to recover a bit, doesn't it? That's very good. Yeah, very, very good. That's what I like about the small mepps. They're so versatile. I've had a £1.5 perch the other day on a mepps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll take out pike on it. You'll take out everything. Will take it, bass, the lot.
But I must say, I've been fishing here for over 20 years, and I just haven't done any spinning. We used to have garden pool once a week.
Oh, fantastic!
No,
Has it gone dead?
absolutely gone dead, and they wouldn't let us cut. We used to cut trees, come round before Semcorp took the water on from West Hants.
Yeah.
We used to go upstream from the Waterloo pool because we're in the compound. We used to go upstream from there, and you fish anywhere we want to. And there was nobody to say you couldn't. And we had a rod every year on the bridge pool, on the garden pool. In the old days, yes, we've had some huge sea trout in there.
Oh, yep. Bob's in. Is it another mullet?
Oh, well done. Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, it's a sea trout. I can tell you we've got sea
Bob.
trout.
Well done.
Yeah, I've got my net. I can use my net if you like. Let me go net that for Bob. I'll give you that camera back, and I'll come back and take a picture, Peter. It's all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. We're in video mode at the moment, so I'm getting all the action. Bob, wait for me. I'll come round with the net. Wait for me. I'm just coming. I'll net it for you. Well, if I come and net it, I can video it as I net it then. Don't worry, we'll get it. Just take your time, take your time. Right. He's in. He's double hook, what I call a double, a mullet and a trout.
Yeah.
Double feature video, guys.
A mixed double.
What do they call that? A double hookup.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, should we get a triple hookup? No, I won't. I'll do the photography. I'm tempted to poach your swim.
Hooked, actually.
Yeah.
Have you got a
I forgot to tell you to take the barbs off the hooks, guys. If you want to, let me go in. Let me go in. You hold it there, and I'll go in and take it out.
I've got to do that, haven't I?
If you take the barbs off, you find that they're easy to get out.
I normally do.
Are you semi-barbed
Out she comes.
for the fishing? Are you semi-barbed?
Semi-barbed, but
I found barbless is losing too many fish.
if you stay and touch them, they normally don't. Because I took out my 31-pound salmon on barbless hooks, and a lot of people don't realise it. But if you keep in touch with the fish, they're normally okay. Because you can lose.
Even so, I lost so many trout.
Did you?
When I was, you'd be using a big spool, and just as you
Just stick him in the water while you're doing that. So
just as you snap the
where's the fish? it back?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see you put it back. I was going to do a double feature, you holding a sea trout and you holding a mullet. Oh, we'll have to get another one now. Have to get another one.
Yeah,
Are you anchored up, guys, or have you got an anchor on this?
We
we're
have.
off, we are anchored.
Are you anchored off the motor, or is it?
No, it's the weight.
Okay.
It's a big weight. And it's got to,
Yeah, I normally do that. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, take the barbs off those. Also, if you hook yourself, the barbs come out a lot easier. Now I'll come round and see Peter's mullet because I think that I've got
It's a
some.
nice fish, that,
I've got
isn't
some
it?
forceps here. If you want me to help you, forceps will take it out if it's a.
yeah, you're down at the
Shall
right.
I go in?
Down at the right.
Shall I go in and try and remove that?
Yeah, it's round. It's got it round the neck. That's the trouble.
Okay,
That's
hang
it.
on.
Take the.
If I get the hook, if I get onto that hook there.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear, it's not easy, is it? I'll shake it off. Hang.
Yeah.
There we go. The hooks are
Yeah,
out.
that's good.
So we can sort that out. As long as the fish goes under the water and keep it nice and that's it. Keep him there nicely.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. Double hookup.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
Oh, that's
fish.
getting on for nearly £3, I reckon. Not far off.
If I give you the camera,
Sure.
How much
give
is
the
it?
camera the.
£3.
That's getting on for £2.5 to £3, that mullet, I reckon.
Oh, look, big, is it?
You're going to see big. It might be bigger.
I've got a scale if you want to.
I always underestimate my fish. I'll get these hooks out for you.
Really heavy.
Did you tell Paul about the bass we caught this morning?
Yeah, how big was the bass you were getting? That's all right. I've had them so small you can see the checkered on them.
I know.
These little mepps, the mepps ones will take out something that small.
Quite amazing.
No, that was where we were fishing maggot.
They're taking maggots, the bass.
You know where we
Oh
fished?
yes, yeah.
Oh my
You know where
goodness
we
me.
fished that day?
We've had big bass on maggots.
Do you remember where you caught those rugs?
Yep.
Just along there.
Now is it easy to take a picture of this? What do I have to press to take a picture?
You see there's a little tip there.
Oh, yes.
There's just a little thing on the screen.
£2.5.
Hang on. Do you want to put it back in? Because I think it's just come off. Let's put it back in a second. Because I think this. Just show me again. Because I think the.
Right. Not that I take a lot of photographs. I can't see bugger all.
I know that sun's a bit.
This camera switches off very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's getting on for 2.5, I reckon.
Right, well when we go out Thursday, Paul, I'll show you how to catch
Right.
some
You
mullet.
see there?
Okay.
See there's the little.
Is that the button there? Yeah.
That's the little. It drives me up the wall. This phone. And then you've got to breathe on it. It does something invariably not what you want. There's a little image of a camera there in a circle. Got it?
Oh, I can't see it. Is it still there?
Yeah. It's just by. You see that?
Yeah.
Right. Just there. There's a circle
Okay.
with an image of a camera in the middle of it.
I'll have a go. See if I can get it right. Yeah, I've got it now. I've got it. Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah, I've got
Right.
it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
This thing needs to go back in the water. It's all right. It's used, but
They're all muscle, aren't
Oh, that's lovely.
it is. Nearly about 15-pounder.
Right, let's just see if I can get a picture of it. Does it make a clicking sound when it goes off?
No, it sort of the middle of it disappears and then it goes backwards without any noise. You see what I mean?
I've got you. I'll take a couple,
Right.
and then with you in there as well. Oh, that's beautiful.
Good.
Yep.
Put him back in now. First
Yep.
of all.
Do you want me to do an underwater release? I got. Okay.
There we go. There
Okay,
we
yeah.
are. He's all right. Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, I'll video that.
Got to get a photograph of that. Isn't that lovely? There's a bloke had a Jack Russell used to do that. Absolutely good boy.
What a well-trained dog.
Oh boy.
Does he go in or not?
Be too bloody terrified.
I might bring my dog next time. Oh, that's lovely. Well done, guys. That'll go on YouTube if you're okay with that. It's a lovely feature. It's a lovely place to fish, isn't it? There's so much going on here. Peter and Bob with a double hookup, and Bob put his sea trout back quicker than I realised. I was going to do a double feature on it, but very enjoyable, and they both took them out on 2 small mepps I gave them. They've been fishing large mepps, and Bob was asking if I had any smaller mepps, and fortunately I did. So they're nailing sea trout and they're nailing mullet as well now, which is great. With the fly rod and give that a go, but I've just realised I left my net with you there, Bob. Just, you know, sod's law is I'm going to get a really big fish, and I've got.
And you'll be shouting.
Where's the landing? Where's that landing net?
So where's the clay? Is that where we were fishing before?
The clay pool is just further down.
Yeah, well, we'll head down that way a bit later.
You find on the runoff they start to go out further, the sea trout as well on the runoff. So.
I've had another take, but
Did you? Are you still sticking with that small mepps? Yeah, they're good, aren't they?
we'll come Thursday. I'll show you how to catch them on.
Okay. All right then, Bob. I'll be back up. What time are you guys fishing until? 6 o'clock. Well, I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you a bit later. I'll be up a bit later. A big rise here. Sea trout came up and nailed another predator. Came up and nailed that little bait fish. So I've just put the mepps 2 over it. See whether we can tempt it onto my mepps. And something's coming up and nailing small little bait fish. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Fish on, ladies and gentlemen. I think it is a sea trout. I think it is. We'll find out. It's feeling a lot heavier now. It's going. What? This is a big fish. Look at the bend in the rod. This is very, very big. What have we got here? What have we got? Huge, huge fish. Well, at least it fought really well. It just took off like a steam train. It is a sea trout. God, I've never had a sea trout fight that hard. The way he did, it just went off really hard. God, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's lovely. That's that golden hour. So we'll just bring him in. And it's a little bit coloured. Not as silver as other ones, but it's definitely a sea trout. Fought so hard. What a hard fighting fish. There we go. Right, let's sort the hooks out. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a sea trout. Beautiful sea trout. And you can see there he is. Hooks have come out in the net, so I'll get those sorted out. Let's have a look at the fish. Oh, it's a beautiful sea trout of about £1. And everything's come right out, so the hooks are out. Let's have a look at the fish. I've never seen a fish pull so hard and bend the rod like that did. That's amazing. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, beautiful sea trout. Quite coloured, about £1. And we're just slipping back. And off he goes. Off, sea trout. Coming in towards us. It's very small, whatever it is. I've just come down to the clay pool. And I said to Bob and to Peter that I was going to give it a go here, but I think we've got either a small sea trout on here. It's coming towards the kayak. Ooh, it's just woken up. There he is, there he is. Right, let's see if we can net him. It's a little, oh, it's a perch. It's actually a perch. There we go. It's a small little perch for about £1/2. But there we go. Let's have a look at him. That's a nice little fish. Yeah, I've got him. And I'll just get those hooks out with the forceps. We've got them here. It's about £1/2 perch. Out you come. That's fine. Put that back in there. So let's have a look at him. There he is. He's beautiful. Really. Showing his fins for us. Look at that. Isn't that just a whoop? Off he goes. There we go. 4 knots in the harbour, that's what Bob's saying. Any more fish, guys? Yeah, I did too. I took out a £1/2 perch over here, a bass, and I've had 3 sea trout just pluck on it. but wouldn't make a proper connection. Just a little pluck pluck. They're a bit tentative. Were you getting plucks? Mind you, that cloud cover might help, I don't know. Oh, it was only a little bass, nothing special. But, I went down and checked out the previous, you know, you were telling me about the other place down there, but it's very narrow. It's very narrow down here. On this one over here.
You've got to go almost up to the last boat.
Right.
So, as it just swings round the corner there, just go up to the last boat and fish down the side.
Yep.
And they say there's a hole there about 12 foot, because I've got an echo sounder on here.
Okay.
And it's a hole about 12 foot. Reasonable.
Oh, Bob's into a good fish there. That looks like a good fish.
And it's a sea trout.
Sea trout, ladies and gentlemen. Right on time. Right on time.
Yeah.
Bob's second. He's doing well on that. Are you still on the little mepps? Very good, Bob. Very good. Very good. We're just talking about going to do that, aren't we? Just about. I might go down there and give it a go.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Well, Bob, the mepps king. He's into another one. I'll come round and, if you like, I'll come round and video it if you like. How big have we got here? Pound and a half? Well done. Well done. Well, right on cue there, wasn't I, with the cameras? Right on cue. That's a beauty, isn't it beautiful? These sea trout are in fantastic condition, aren't they?
Time of year for them, isn't it?
It is. September, October are my favourite years.
It really is the time of year for
Yeah.
them
They're exactly the same.
now. I mean, it
Let's
used
have a
to
look.
be the summer.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I get a chance to present it to the camera. Thank you.
It
There we
used to
go.
be the summer.
Bob, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Lovely.
We'll have that back. Fish of about a pound, and I bet he's turbocharged. Off he goes. Isn't that
Some
lovely?
very shallow water.
I'd love to hit those on the fly. I've got to try and work out how to get them on the fly. We've worked out the mepps, but they're taking the mepps. They'll take the fly if the fly is presented correctly.
Yeah, of course.
They must do. But I'll take Peter's advice. I'm going to go down and try and find that hole. Ladies and gentlemen, sea trout on. Oh. Here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. She is ours. Sea trout of about a pound. Beautiful fish. I think I found the hole there, Peter. We found the hole. Spot on with your analysis. Is there? Right, there's the little sea trout. It's a fish of about a pound. Acrobatic or what? I'll just take the hooks out. Might be a forceps jobby. Let's see if we can get these out without the forceps. Should just slip out. There we go. Let's have a look at this little fellow. He's beautiful. Fish of about a pound. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful. Let's slip him back. There we go. Off he goes. Woof. Beautiful. Really beautiful. There's a lot more sea trout than we think, isn't there? Tucked away in all these different places. Right, we're on last knockings. I'm fishing a mepps 2. We've had 6 sea trout between the 3 of us. Perch, bass and a mullet, and there's sea trout jumping all over the place. Just as it's getting dark, I've just put on this fluorescent bead and a shot to balance the weighting off, and obviously it's going to be darker in the river, so that will act as a attractor, fluorescent attractor, and you can see it working in the water. It's actually quite good. So I've never tried this technique before, but as it's getting darker, it might be the thing that will just attract the sea trout onto it, and they might hit the mepps behind. So you can but try and see how it works out. Got an ebbing tide, so it's dropping off, and you can see it's dropped down about 2 feet. It needs to drop another foot or 2 in the next half an hour, and that coupled with the cloud cover and the night bringing evening coming in, it should hopefully. There's a jumper. Do you see that sea trout jump? So we're going to put the mepps on that So we're in the right zone. We've got fish jumping. Let's count it down 3 or 4 seconds. That should come down on the flow with the current, and then let that come back round. Nice and slow retrieve. We're taking on a slow retrieve. Nice and slowly. That's lovely. That's working perfectly.